Hi everyone. So I wanted to wait and do these, but I figured why not now? I've been on a Goosebumps kick and I've seen all the episodes. Like I've been rereading the books that I read years ago and reading some for the first time. I'm reading through the original 62. And so, like I said, I've seen all the episodes, and I wanted to wait until I got done reading everything to do all my Goosebumps related lists and everything, but since I've seen them, I might as well do this list now. This one was kind of hard because I love the show, I love the books and the show, and I noticed that the ones that are my favorites are the ones that I have read. And out of those, I picked the ones that I thought were the best, the ones that I thought had, the best acting, the best atmosphere, all that good stuff. These really aren't in any particular order. But one could argue that my top 3 here is probably 3 of the best adaptations. So at number 10, I have Calling All Creeps. Now, I really liked how they did the creep transformation. I thought the people that played characters like Ricky were well done. Just the look, the personality, I think was pretty spot on. And it didn't really seem to drag or add anything that was unnecessary or, just kind of drag on scenes that really didn't matter. Because the thing about it is in adaptations, they tend to take away what seems to be important things and put in things or drag on things that you really don't care about. But this one was fun. I like that they didn't change up too much. Like I said, the creep transformation was really well done. And yeah, I just thought it was a good one. The next one, people might disagree with the placement of this one, and I agree it probably should have been higher, but I was just pretty much randomly writing them down as I thought about the ones that were the best. So, at number 9, I have One Day at Horrorland. This one, so I just recently read the book, or I listened to it on audio. I loved this episode as a kid, but I never read it. At least I don't ever remember reading it. And I loved this episode. Like I said, it was just so much fun. It's creepy in a way, but fun. It's about a family that goes, they're supposed to be going somewhere, like the Zoo Gardens or whatever, and they end up in this horror land that's run by these monsters, which of course, they think are just basically costumes, and, they go on these rides that are kind of not as safe as they would have assumed they are. And I thought, the actors portrayed the family real well. The episode does take out a character. So, there's the parents, the 2 kids, and then, like, the brother's friend. And in the episode, there's only 4 of them. So they kind of, like, omit a character, But I still think it was a fairly decent adaptation. It was just enough of over-the-topness. I like some of the things that they kind of added to it to kind of like bring that Horrorland vibe to life. My favorite was probably like the music commercial that they did. I thought the monsters were really well done, and the whole game show thing is just spooky and fun. Number 8 is How to Kill a Monster. So, this one is almost an exact replica of the book. Except, and not to be spoilery here, but not really, I don't remember the monster talking in the episode, which it does technically in the book. But, yeah, the monster, it definitely looks ridiculous, but the acting is good. You know, the atmosphere, the adventure, I guess, in a way, it's probably one of my favorites. I think it's really well adapted. Number 7 is an extremely fun one. It's, I guess the concept is kind of scary. Like, if I was a kid, it definitely would freak me out. But there's nothing like ghostly or zombie-like or anything in this one. Number 7, I have Attack of the Mutant. And I would say if you're into superheroes or, you know, like comics or manga or something, you might like this one a little bit better. I'm not a huge superhero fan, but I do like some of them. And like I said, this one is just fun. There are some scenes, you know, that aren't in here, and the book gives a little bit more. But for a two-parter, I still think it was a pretty faithful adaptation. I thought the characters, you know, the acting was spot on. The kid who plays Skipper, which you actually find his real name in the book, but not in the episode. But it's again a thing that they kept all the important things in there. And yeah, he's believable. I think he like really embodied that character. The one that played Libby was pretty good. The mutant was pretty much over the top. It's ridiculous. It's one of those more lighthearted Goosebumps, and it was a fun read and a fun episode. It's one of the ones that I don't get too tired of watching because my kid has watched a lot of them. Number 6 is Stay Out of the Basement. This one's a little bit of a darker one, and I think it was one of the first few that I saw. Like, I had this on tape, and this one, I really liked how they did the acting in this one. Because sometimes, and I'm sorry if you like the slappy ones, but like Night of the Living Dummy 3 was just, the acting was trying too hard. No offense to anybody. But on this one, I thought like the dad was played really well. You really felt that like tenseness in the episode, you know, between their father, who is I think it's a botanist or something like that, you know, he studies plants, and his secret experimentations, and of course, you know, the kids trying to figure out what's going on. sometimes when you have situations like that and things like Goosebumps, it's like they try a little too hard to seem surprised or scared or angry. And I think this one was portrayed really well. I think that the dad character was believable and how he handled situations. And it gave you enough to obviously know something wasn't right, but also it wasn't like over the top angry either. Number 5 is Welcome to Camp Nightmare. I really liked the actors that played Uncle Al and Billy. I read it as a kid, and I seen the episode too, and I really liked the book. I reread it like last year, I think, and I'm not crazy about the audiobooks. Sometimes people on audiobooks, they try too hard to voice or embody maybe younger or older characters, or if they're a different gender, stuff like that. And sometimes like the kid voices are just way too out there, and I liked that Billy seemed a little bit more serious in the episode than he did in like the audio recording. And I think it was just really well done. I'm glad they kept the twist, because some have taken out the endings, and this is one of my favorite endings. I know some people don't like it, but I really do. And I think it was well done in the episode. Number 4 is It Came From Beneath the Sink. Once again, I think the acting was spot on. I think they picked the right people to play the characters that they did. This one is just ridiculous, and they kept all the ridiculousness in it. It's a killer or like a bad luck sponge, and I like how they did the sponge. It was both hilarious and kind of creepy. Number 3 is The Haunted Mask. Now, this one actually had a lot of emotion in the acting and everything, and I think they really embodied what the message of it was, and like really brought the characters to life. The masks, they were disgusting, and it was just really well done acting and imagery for that one. Number 2 is Welcome to Dead House. Now, Welcome to Dead House, both the book and the movie or the TV adaptation, has this eerie atmosphere to it. I feel that the book kind of gives more vampiric vibes, like, they were actually meant to be more vampire-like. That's the vibes I got. But whereas the episode is more living dead, zombie kind of things, or ghosts. But I still think that it was pretty well done. Different vibes in like what the creatures were supposed to be, at least to me, but I still think that it did really good in keeping that like airiness to it. And finally, at number 1 is A Night in Terror Tower. Now, the concept of this is just kind of horrifying. So these kids are vacationing in England. Their parents are at some conference, and they're going on a tour to like this terror tower. They get separated from their group, and when they try to go to their hotel, they can't remember anything. They can't remember their parents, they can't remember their last name, and there is a man chasing them. So this one dealt with, like not knowing who you are, being lost as a child in a country that you're not familiar with or that you're not originally from, being chased, and time travel. And this one was just so like well done with, yeah, it's really well done with the, like I said, imagery, the acting, just the emotion, the excitement, the fear, just the overall story is like interesting and fun. And I think it's probably one of the best, maybe if not the best, Goosebumps adaptation. So that is 10 Goosebumps TV adaptations that I love. Thanks for watching, everybody, and leave a comment. What's your favorites?